Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm just going to go through my currently inked for the month of December. I have 10 pens here that are pretty much the highlights of the month since I do ink more than 10 pens. So we have the Jinhal 9019, a Visconti Homo Sapiens Dual Touch in the Cognac, a Mont Blanc 146, what is this? This is a Joya Partenope Into the Night. This is a Chalet exclusive, or was a Chalet exclusive. This is a Palette Custom 823, a Palette Justis 95, Wingsung 630, a Cross Bailey Lite, Leonardo Momento Grande Supernova in the primary manipulation, and the Sailor Pro Gear Slim, and this is the Manyou or 10,000 Leaves colorway. So we'll get started here with the Jinhal 9019. This is a very beautiful blue color, and this is a medium. So here's the nib and the feed. This is a cartridge converter filler. That's a nice big converter there, Jinhal converter. Camera shaking. It's a very beautiful blue. So it's a beautiful pen. It's a pretty nice writer. I have in here Private Reserve Blue Suede. It's just a nice ink that I got not too long ago. So yeah, this the Dow is a pretty nice pen. I have also an extra fine. I keep buying mediums, but I mean to buy fines, but I have like 2 mediums and 1 extra fine. So at some point I'll place the correct order and get me a nice fine point. So no issues with this. Pretty solid pen. And next we have the Visconti Homo Sapiens Dual Touch. This is a power back filler, and there's the nib. This is a 18 karat gold fine nib. Very beautiful. And the dual touch, I've shown this pen in my previous videos. It just means the leather wrap here with the metal appointments. So this is a nice fine point. It has a little bounce, but not too much flex. And the nice thing about this is I have my favorite ink in it, Writer's Blood. It's not too wet because this is a fine point, so it's not too wet. My only issue with this is that gets ink right here and kind of mars the finish a little bit, but yeah, it's a pretty nice pen, pretty nice ink combination. So that's that one. Next we have the Mont Blanc 146. Bought this off of eBay. This was the one that had the engraving that I removed. It's a piston filler. There's the medium 14 karat gold nib and feed. Just your typical Mont Blanc Meisterstück. And in here I have Mont Blanc Mystery Black. It's pretty wet. It's a very wet writer. Has nice flex to it. Some feathering on this paper it seems, but That's the Mont Blanc. The Mystery Black is kind of a boring ink, but for my piston filler Mont Blancs, I like to keep Mont Blanc ink in them. So that is the Meisterstück 146. Next we have the Joya Partenope Into the Night Pen Chalet exclusive. There's that beautiful resin material here. It does have a blind cap, so a lot of the Joyas do. And this is number 50 of 50. So I guess they're no longer available. The issue with this pen is that with this ink that I have in it, I have Diamine Enchanted Ocean in it, and it's a shimmer ink. It does pull up on the nib a little bit, gets a little crusty, so I did have to clean it. I keep having to clean it, so. And it's a cartridge converter as well. Gioia has a nice converter. It's a beautiful black nib. This is a fine nib. So it's a nice writer. I really like the Enchanted Ocean. So this is what the Enchanted Ocean it looks like. It's just a deep blue with some shimmer in it. And I don't have any issues with the pen hard starting or anything. It's just the bubbling up on at the end of the nib. This is fairly dry writer, I think. Nice fine point. No issues with this pen. Let's see. It does have some bounce in it. And it does have some line weight variation. Very nice pen. I forget how much I paid for it. I don't think it was that much. But very nice pen. I'm very happy that I managed to get this at the last minute. It has this nice pattern at the top finial. That's very nice. So next, we have a Pilot Custom 823. I've had this pen for a little bit. This is the fine point. My first Pilot Custom 823 was the medium point that I absolutely love. So out of curiosity, I had to get the fine point. I didn't really care too much for it initially, and I didn't care for the medium point either, but it has grown on me a bit. So, and this is the ink that I've had in it the whole time, the Compeki. So it's a nice, I'm not sure why I didn't like it in the beginning, but it's smooth. It writes okay in reverse. Yeah, it's a nice fine point. Very nice pen. And there's the usual Pilot nib. And this is the a vac filler. You can see the Compeki sloshing around in there. And this is the amber. My medium point is black, but I like the amber as well. It's a very classy, just excellent pen, the 823. So next is my Pilot Justis 95. I did do a review, a very uneducated review of this pen. This was way back when I first started my journey, and I didn't really understand this pen. Because it has the hard and soft settings that you can adjust here, so you can see this metal piece on the nib actually will move back and forth when I turn it. See, it moves, and all it does is makes the nib hard or soft. So I reviewed this from the standpoint of expecting it to be a flex pen when I move this, but that wasn't really the point of this pen. I probably should do another more educated review of this. I called it a gimmick, but I don't think it's a gimmick. Just a really nice pen. This is a medium 14 karat gold nib. And I have beautiful Diamine golden sands in here. Typically I stick with, as you can probably notice, green and blues. But I picked this up on Amazon, just trying to diversify my inks a little bit. And yeah, I really like this. And so this is the Golden Sands. It's a nice golden, of course, color with quite a bit of shimmer in it. And this, I was hesitant to put it in this Justis because of the shimmer. I didn't want to mess it up. But I haven't had any issues. No hard starting or any clogging or anything. And you can see the shimmer that's in this bottle. It's a lot. Just a nice golden rich color. So I'll doodle with it a minute. That's really nice. Kind of a little brownish gold, depending on how much ink you put down. I really enjoyed this ink. And so right now I have the point at the hard. So make sure I'm in frame. So it does flex even when it's at the hard setting. So I'm going to put it at the soft right now. And so all that does is just give you a different, it does move quite a bit more, but it just gives you more ink flow. That's more of the purpose, is to give you more ink flow than, flex. Although the line weight is thicker when you move it to the soft. But this is a really nice pen. Very flexible, and you can twist it anywhere in between the soft, so you don't have to go all the way back. So you have variations from really hard to really soft. So I've enjoyed this pen. Like I said, once I got to understand the purpose of it, I enjoyed it more. So next we have, where did I leave off here? The Wingsung 630. So I've wanted this pen for a while. I was waiting for it to show up on Amazon, but I don't think it has yet. As far as Prime, I think it's there, but it wasn't Prime. So I ordered from Etsy Buy off of eBay, and I just got the steel nib. And this is a piston filler. And there's the nib. This is a fine nib. There's the feed. And so I have another beautiful ink in here. A beautiful blue-green. This is Organic Studio Walden. Haven't had any issues with this nib. Just been a good performer. I considered for a second to buy the 14 karat, but I was like, no, I won't do that. Just in case. There were mixed reviews on the 14 karat gold nib, so I left that alone. Pretty light pen. It doesn't post very well. You have to really push it down. Oop, hard starting with my left hand. But I really like the Walden. Very beautiful ink. Has some red sheen in there and some They're red, blue, and green. Very beautiful. So next we have a no frills pen. This is the Cross Bailey Lite, and this is, as you can see, the maroon. Has the little tiny cross nib. This is a very good bang for your buck pen. I really love my Baileys. I have a few. This also posts nicely. I just have a cartridge in here because they don't come with converters, but it does post nicely. It's a small pen, but comfortable, I think. And I have Private Reserve Fiesta Red in here. I think at one point I probably had Writer's Blood in here, or the included cartridge, one of those. But it's just a solid reformer, and I think it was like $20 or less. But yeah, I really love the Baileys. One of the few resin pens that Cross made. And down to the last two. So we have if you've watched my previous videos, you've seen this one. This is a Leonardo Momento Zero Grande Supernova Primary Manipulation. This is number 92 of what, 199. It's a piston filler. It's an ebonite feed and 14 karat gold fine nib, and it's pretty much been inked up with Iroshizuku Kujaku the whole time. This is Jonathan Brooks Primary Manipulation resin. Just beautiful. I bought this from Atlas Stationers. And I just love the Kujaku in here. So I don't know if you can hear it, but it has nice feedback. And nice flex to it. Well, I definitely wouldn't push this very hard. It feels like it could spring pretty easily. But let's see. Momento Zero Grande, one of my favorite pens. And here we had the pen of the month. And this pen is the pen of the month, not because it blew me away by its performance, but it actually survived a laundry cycle. And this has been kind of a rough month for me. I lost my dog the day before my birthday. And so if you watch some of my previous videos, my dog has been snoring in my videos. I actually have another dog that's also now snoring. I've always loved dogs, and when I lost her the day before my birthday, I was a little frazzled. I had to write a note for something, and so I took this pen and wrote a quick little note, and I put it in my pocket. And so later in the evening, I came upstairs and I was like, oh, did I leave that in my pocket? And I looked in my pen case. I was like, oh no, it's there. What I saw was the Jinhal, what is it? The Jinhal 92? The Jinhal dupe of this pen, and thought it was that pen, but no, this pen was still in my pants pocket. And so I washed it and dried it, and I dried my clothes for 71 minutes. And when I pulled my clothes out of the dryer, I heard a clank, and I was like, oh, what is that? And it's the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Manyou 10,000 leaves. And it survived. Cartridge survived. The feed survived. So I re-inked it. I had Emerald de Chevaux in it. Luckily, Most of my laundry survived. I only had one pair of pants that had some ink on it and some undergarments that it was okay, but just one pair of pants that got some Emerald de Chauvour in it. So I re-inked it with Private Reserve Cadillac Green. So this is a medium fine 14 karat gold nib. I don't write with my Pro Gear Slims very much. I don't know why. It's a beautiful writer. And it has that sailor feedback. So I bought this off of eBay. It wasn't very expensive. It's just a very good pen. I don't know why I don't reach for these as much as I should, but it feels good in the hand. Beautiful color. Good quality. But yeah, this is definitely the pen of the month for surviving a wash and dry cycle with absolutely no ill effects. So that's been kind of one of my biggest fears with my fountain pens, is to do something stupid like that. But this one, I guess it was a good test case. I definitely won't do that again. So one of my favorite parts about the sailor is the finial, top finial. Just a beautiful color. So that's all I had for today. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're having a better December than I am. But everything's going to be okay. My dog passed away unexpectedly. She was only 9 years old, so. But I'm grateful for the time we had together. And now I rescued another dog. I always get my dogs from the local shelter here. It's a kill shelter, unfortunately. So, yeah, just love them while you can if you're animal lovers. Don't take a day for granted. But that's all I had. Thank you all, as always, for joining me, for your comments. If you have any questions about any of these pens, feel free to email me or leave a comment. I always respond. So I'll catch you all later. Have a very nice holiday if you celebrate them wherever you are. Take care, and I'll catch you later. Thanks.